I just listed over 80 individual items in less than an hour on eBay. So watch the video so you guys can learn some tips and tricks on how to do it quickly. So lately I've been watching a lot of Daily Refinement. I also joined their Facebook group to kind of learn some tips and tricks on how to be more efficient on eBay. And honestly, it's been great. One of the big things that they do is they like to have you record yourself shipping or listing or whatever so that you can find where your inefficiencies are. I haven't actually done that. That's kind of what this is. But I also feel like I'm pretty efficient. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it. And I was able to list over 80 cards by doing all of this. So here is kind of the starting process. So right here, what you guys can see is I'm starting the timer. I didn't really need to do that right now, but I did anyways. I'm going to start off with the Digimon. There's the front, flip it over the back, and I take a picture, and then I realize it's not centered, so I move it. Then I move on to the next thing. So we have a Topps card right here, do the front, flip it over the back, and then we will move on to the next. So we have a vintage Digimon card, got the front, got the back, center it, and take the picture. We now have some sports cards. So we have Trevor Lawrence, and we'll flip that over, center it, and take a picture. And then we will move on to a Yu-Gi-Oh card. So this is a vintage card. I don't think this is near mint. So take a picture of that, move on. And then we are gonna do a modern Yu-Gi-Oh card. Flip it over, take a picture of the back, and then throw in the duplicate card. That's the way that I kind of keep track of when I have duplicate. So now we're going to move on to Pokemon, and I'm going to speed this up to 10x so that you guys don't have to watch me take pictures of over 80 cards. I also wanted to mention the stand that I'm using here. This is just a regular phone stand, but I'm going to have a link in this description. This stand has been perfect and has made taking pictures of cards so much easier and so much faster because the height is perfect. And then I just hit 2x on the zoom on my phone, and it is almost perfectly always centered. So you guys can see right now, I'm finishing it up. It took me 12 minutes and 21 seconds to take all those pictures. We are back in my computer. I got all the photos downloaded and they are ready to go. So basically the way we're going to do this is the first couple different TCGs or sports related. So I'm going to show you guys how I specifically do those, and then we'll move on to the next one. The first that are different, those aren't going to count. Once we get to just Pokemon, that's when I'll start the timer. And when I do that, I'll put on my headphones because I try and get in the zone when I do that. This is kind of to show you guys how you guys can do this if you're not just doing Pokemon as well. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start off with this Hercules Kabuterimon. You'll see in the bottom right corner, there's BT1-081. That is what you want to look for on a lot of these other TCGs, sports cards, things like that. You're looking for that card code number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in BT1-081. And we're going to see what comes up. So you can see it immediately brought up the exact card we're looking for. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take this first one. The title looks pretty good. We will click on this and you guys will see this is the same card. We'll go to sell now right underneath this. So what this is going to do is this is going to copy basically their listing. We'll click add photos. And what we'll need to do is go to the correct folder, which this might be. Let's see, we'll go to icons. Yep, so this is the right one. So we will select these two, hit enter. And like I said, I'm going to do this one a little bit slower. So we're going to hit accept all on this. So these would be new things that have been added. You'll see these are the things that typically are going to cause issues later when you try and make these live. Unless you do make these live immediately, you'll see the game is required and if it's graded or not. I wish eBay would make graded no by default, but they don't. So then you're going to scroll down. You can see this should pretty much all look good. There's a spot, I think it says character name. I don't really ever worry about that. Your title is going to give you pretty much all the search you need. And then what I do is go to, this is very specific for me right here, is I will go to advanced editing, insert custom template. And so these are my product descriptions I already have. Go to A cards, and you can see this is already filled out. All of these cards are going to be that near mint to mint territory. We got that. And what I'm going to do, because all of these should be pretty much that territory, I'm going to copy this so that I don't have to do all those extra clicks to get to this product description. Next, I will go to buy it now. I'll type in the same price as what I just copied, $1.48. I feel like my listing's just as good as theirs. And I like to pretty much be close to the lowest because it's unlikely someone's going to want to spend $5 on a card that's worth $1.50 or you could get for $1.50 in the same condition. I understand why some people may go a little bit higher than lowest. That's totally fine. I accept offers. Quantity is 1. I will show you guys later how I do the multiple quantities so that I don't have to take multiple pictures or do multiple listings. eBay standard envelope is what I'm going to use. It's what I use for pretty much all cards, unless it gets over $20. And then quick little pro tip, if it's that $20 to $23 range, just make it $20 because you're going to spend more on shipping and you're more likely to get a quick sale too. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click save as draft so that I can come back to this later because I like to have a nice bank of drafts for when I go on vacation and things like that. And that's why I have 0. I just got back from vacation last night. So we got that first one done. What I will do is go onto the right hand side, go back to the folder. This works really well if you have 2 monitors. I do, but I wanted to do this for people that may have just a laptop or something. So I typically dual screen it. But in this case, I'm doing it split screen for those of you that have laptops. And then if you have 2 screens, you can also go over 2 screens. So next, this is a Topps Pokemon card. Typically, the code is on the back for this. So you are looking for number 44. And I think it's always important to type the least amount of info to get the exact card you're looking for. So I'm going to type in Topps because that is going to be important. It's card number 44. And let's just say Trouble. I am typing a lot more than I like to, but this is also a foil. With Pokemon and Topps, it's a little bit different what they call it. So I'm just going to search because I don't remember. I think they call it foil for this style. We'll go to buy it now because we don't want to confuse this with auctions. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down until we see a similar card. So you can see right here, this is textured foil, which that's what this is. $4.99. Looks good. Condition looks pretty similar. You can see on mine, there's a little whitening above the marrow on the right. And then the back looks pretty good. There's a little bit of whitening on the bottom. So what we're going to do, theirs looks to be pretty much the same condition. So I'm going to go to sell now. Mine might be a little bit less. They were asking $4.99 plus $1 shipping. So all I'll do is add photos. Select the 2 cards, the front and the back. Accept all. That looks good. All of these details looks good. You could put in the card title or the card name right here, which is looks like Trouble. I don't really think that's really going to help that much with this. And then what you're going to do is go to the description. We're going to paste it because we already have it. But since this is not near mint, what I'm probably going to do is I typically like to do a range, but I think this is pretty obviously what I would call light play. So I'm just going to type in light play or LP. Most people that collect cards understand what that means. It was $4.99 plus $1. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to do $5.49. Mine was a little bit lower condition. I think this will get people's attention. And then one other things I didn't notice. So it does say foil in the title. I wanted to make sure that that's in there. And then everything else is good. So we're going to save that as a draft as well. And you can see the fees were $0 on that. So that's 2 done. Next, this is a vintage Digimon card. And this will show you guys kind of like where those codes come in really important. So in the top right it says B0-30. And this should come right up when I type this in. So you can see, go to buy it now, and this is vintage Digimon. You may get some other stuff, but you can see this is the right one. We're going to skip over this first one because it's considered light play, which ours is light play. This will be kind of one where I show you guys the range, but I think this $1.48 is closer. So what I'm going to do, and also they say free local pickup, so I'm not sure that they do shipping, but I like their title more. So I'm going to click theirs. So yeah, they charge 93 cents for shipping. So what I'm going to do is sell now. And then what was it? It was $1.48. So we'll take LP out. I don't like condition in the title unless it's near mint. Just people don't click on it as much. So we'll go to add photos. We'll add these 2 photos. And we'll scroll down. Paste it in. And then here's where, like I said, the ranges come in. So I'll type in LP -MP for light play to medium play. It's got a little bit of chattering, which is the little whites around the edge in several places, and people's opinion on condition varies drastically, and so I don't want someone to say you oversold this or I guess undersold is fine, but I don't want people to think I misrepresented what I was selling. I'm going to do this as light play to medium play, and everyone should be happy. And then we're going to do it at $1.45, and then everything else should be good. And then save as draft. Let's see. Next, we have this Trevor Lawrence Sage Premier Draft 2021. We'll look at the back. So you can see it is hard number 162. So I will probably type in his name, but let's see if we can get it to come up. Yeah, so I typed in 162 Law, and it already is recommending. It helps that he's a very well-known player. We'll just hit enter, and it should pull up the card immediately. We'll go to buy it now, and so basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll until I see it. So here we go. This one is $1.50. You can look. Condition is probably pretty close to the same. Actually, mine is definitely better. You can see there's a lot of whitening on the edge up at the top. So what we'll do is we'll keep this one open and then just find another one. So here we go. This one is probably the same. The fact that it's in a top loader, they probably have kept it. So what I will do is I like the title of this one more. So I'll click sell now on this one. They had this one as 99 plus 78 cents, so it's $1.76, 77. Take this comma out that's misplaced. Fix the spacing on that. I don't normally do that stuff, but because it's on video, I figure I probably should. Then I'll go to the folder. And then here's the thing. Some people may disagree with me, but I just use the same condition notes. I know some people with sports, they do it differently. But I think it works out the same. And I also spell out how the condition is determined on here. So I'm going to say near mint to light play on this. So I think whoever ends up buying this will be happy. What I'll do is go buy it now. Type in $1.75. I think that price is fine. Scroll down, save as draft. And then while that's loading, typically what I will do is I will move over here and hit next. So this is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. What we'll do is under the picture, there's almost always a code. So it says SKE-029. But this is one thing that makes this one a little bit different, and is why I chose this one, is this is a first edition. So what I will do is type in the SKE-029 and then do first. And go to buy it now. And then this is where condition is going to matter. I would probably say this is in medium play territory. The edges or the corners aren't crisp. There's a lot of whitening that you can immediately see on the front. I know some people don't like that I use a white background, but if you look, you can see all of the condition issues. So whenever people ask for more, I typically just tell them I'm not able to right now, unless I'm free. And if it was a high dollar card, I definitely would. There's a little bit of scratching on the back, but it's mostly just the edges. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find one that has a good title. I think this one is pretty good, and I think the pricing should probably be around like $1.99. So I'm going to copy this one. You can see mine is definitely in better condition than this, but this one will probably not sell. So I will now select those two pictures. Scroll down. Looks good. Go to condition, and I'm going to do LP to medium play again. Well, this is at $1.99. I might be underselling it, maybe overselling it, but I don't think it's worth my time to try and pinpoint the exact dollar it should be listed at. Especially like if I go low. If I go low, it's more likely to sell anyways. If I go high, it's gonna just sit. So got $1.99. Save as draft, and we'll move on to the next one. And you guys will see why I chose this. So this is, I believe, a little bit more modern Yu-Gi-Oh card. This is from a collection I bought. So it's HA01, EN029. And then I still had the old one in the title. But this is limited edition. These are probably all limited edition, but I'm still going to put it in there. And we'll go to buy it. Now, these are near mint, so you definitely want to look so you can see. This first one says light played. This one has VLP, which is very lightly played. We have light played here. This one says near mint at $1.98. So the reason I chose to include this one is to give you guys a tip on how to remember when you have duplicates. So I will add the two photos. So we have a front and a back, but then if you go through in here, you'll see I have this second. So whenever I have more than one card, I will just kind of toss the additional card on top. And then I'll accept all. Add in the condition. That one is near mint. And then I will do 198 as well. And I will change the quantity to 2. Like I said, this is what I found is the fastest way instead of taking multiple pictures. It's just like kind of some kind of visual indication of how many cards you have. And this has worked really well since I've started doing it. And then I will save as draft. And that's pretty much it. So we just did 6 cards. I think that probably took me like 10 minutes, but I was spelling out single thing I did, so that's why it took longer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition to basically uploading the rest of these cards as fast as I can and see how many we can. So right now we're starting with 6 drafts, and what I'm going to do, so we're going to start over. I'm going to put on headphones. I'm going to listen to music while I do this. It just helps me zone in. And we'll see how many we can get done in 47 minutes and 39 seconds. Alright, y'all. So I'm done. I tried to stop it sooner, but it kept going. I'm not sure what happened. But we're all through. There are a couple of things I have to do real quick. So I want to look through this and make sure that all of the drafts actually work. A lot of times if it doesn't show an image, that means it didn't work. So like, here you go. So it looks like there are a couple that didn't work. My guess that these are the ones that I like tried to back out of. So let's just double check. So that the Shaman worked. Let's try the Seviper. The Seviper worked. Make sure it's the same. 102, 102. What is that? Cinderace. 28. Reverse. Okay, yeah, so that was a holo, so that's why it didn't work. And then we have the Weedle, which I had twice. Which I already saw that one. Snorlax. I almost put in reverse, but it was a holo. And then the Chimicho. Or Chimecho, however you want to say that. 72, 72. So yeah, those all work. So what we'll do is we'll delete those real quick. We started with 6. Delete them. So we did 77 in 59 minutes. Not sure how I did the math wrong because I thought I was going to have 80. But, well, actually, no, what it is I had a quantity of 2 of a couple of them. So that's what messed it up. So we have 2 here for this. Nope, not that one. So we have 2 here for the Cresselia. 2 for the Malamar. What else we got in here? 2 of the Volcaronas, 2 Weedles, and 2 of the Careless. Yeah, so I think 3 of those I didn't know that I had duplicates of, so that's why. But yeah, so like you guys can see, like I just did basically 80, and I could have probably knocked out at least 2 more in the last minute. Maybe 3. I just ran out of photos. This is the last photo we had. You can see I don't have any more. Back's a little blurry on that. That's probably for me rushing the photo process. But yeah, that's kind of the process. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments below if there are things that you noticed I could have done wrong, or that I could have done better, or that I did wrong. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this. Some of you guys might have noticed that I didn't list any at 99 cents. The lowest I ever list them at is $1.15. For my numbers, that's just kind of the limit. It's not worth me listing below $1.15, so that's why that happened. But overall, I feel like 77 in an hour is pretty good. There are a few small things, like if I wasn't trying to speed run it, I would have done differently. I know all of these are near mint because they're freshly from a pack. If they weren't, I would spend more time. So typically the way it would work is I would get to the next photo. So when it was like going to the draft, typically what I'll do is I'll move to the next so that I can see the back of the card, because that's where I can truly tell what the condition of the card is. So all of these are near mint, you can see. So there's like one small dot up here, but I mean, that's what near mint is. I don't ever list cards as mint. I list them as near mint. I will say near mint to mint range, but I will not say that it's a mint card. Overall, pretty happy with that, and hopefully that was helpful for you all. If there are things that you guys are more curious about, like how I decide certain things or how I got to this process, please let me know in the comments. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another one. Bye.